All right, good morning or good afternoon to everyone, and thank you for joining us for our virtual supplier showcase. We're excited to have speakers from Catania, Pacesetter Awards, and Epilogue with us today, and I'll go ahead and introduce them as we go through the program. We ask that everybody put themselves on, you should already mute, but if not, make sure you're on mute while the presenter is presenting. And we'll go ahead and kick things off. So again, welcome to everyone. Reminders for the program. If you have any questions or technical difficulties, you can email our info@ address, or you can put comments in the chat and we have staff monitoring and we'd be happy to respond. The presentation today is 60 minutes and each of our fantastic suppliers are going to be presenting for 15 minutes each. And following those presentations, then we'll go into breakout rooms where you're able to choose which breakout you can go to, and you can go to one, you can go to all three. It's your choice. And if you need any assistance with jumping into a breakout room, we're happy to help with that too. Again, you can use the chat feature for any questions or to say hi to somebody. We welcome that during the program. And then we appreciate your feedback. We'll be sending out a survey after the program concludes. All right, and just a quick antitrust reminder, because we are an association of suppliers and customers, there's certain conversations that we need to steer away from due to federal and state antitrust laws. So topics during this presentation and also during our webinars, so most people might be familiar with this already. We want to steer away from any conversations about raising, lowering, stabilizing prices or fees, and then encouraging boycotts, regulating production, or the availability of products and services. So for everyone there. And then would love to have everyone save the date for our International Expo. We are excited to be back in person in Las Vegas in February 22. So that'll be February 22nd through the 25th, and we hope to see all of you there. And with that, I'm now going to turn it over to our first speaker, who is Vince Frank with Catania. Vince, over to you.
Hey, good afternoon to anybody on the East Coast, and good morning if you're on the Midwest or West Coast. Appreciate you taking the time to listen in today. As Liz said, I'm Vince Frank. I'm the owner of Catania Medallic Specialties, located in Avon Lake, Ohio. And we're a custom manufacturer of emblematic items such as medals, lapel pins, bottle openers, keychains, and several other items that I'll kind of briefly touch base on. But today I want to talk about the things that you need to think about when you're selling a custom product and what's going to be most important so that you get the product on time and efficiently. The first thing when you're talking about a custom product is looking at your event date. Is the event date 3 days out? Is the event date 3 weeks out or 3 months out? Each one of those is going to take a different route for what product might be available. So if you almost as well think of good, better, or best, those are 3 different versions of products that we offer. Good would be spin cast, which is very cost effective, and we can manufacture those items within 3 days, which we've been doing that for 20 years here in Catania land in Avon Lake, Ohio. Die cast and die struck are imported, which we import those products as well. Those are going to take 3 to 4 weeks. So if I can kind of just touch base first on custom metals and things that you need to think about when you're trying to have a custom metal for your event to ensure that it gets on time. The most important things to really think about, again, are the event date, number 1. When is that event going to be? Number 2, what is the size of the product that you're looking for in a metal? Is it a 1-inch metal, 1.5 inches, a 3-inch metal? So all that's going to come into play with production and pricing. Quantity, are they going to need 5 metals, 500 metals, or 5,000? Again, that's going to come into play. You want to set that up with your customer and ask those questions. I do have a full list of questions that are helpful for you to deal with your customer on when it's coming to a custom product such as custom metals or lapel pins or any other custom item that you can go through. So, you know, what's important, the event date, the size, the quantity, the finish. Do they want an antique finish or do they want a bright finish? You know, a bright finish with enamel color fill would be something like this. Or if they want to have a antique, this is an antique silver plated item. So does the customer want it bright or antique? And then that's going to drive pricing and delivery as well. And then also color fill. Do they want to just have an antique finish or a bright finish with a sandblast? Again, an antique finish would just be a antique gold, antique silver. This is antique silver, antique copper, or a bright and shiny with color fill, where you can have enamel color fill, or we could have a printed insert. One of the things that we can do as well is we can custom shape, and then we would UV print right on the metal. So for example, this is a custom hockey medal that is for a customer in New York. The metal's shaped like New York, and then we UV print on top of that so that we can have some personalization on top of that, you know, as well. So, you know, with a spin cast, that's going to be your good product, which we can manufacture very quickly within 3 days if you need to. And we've basically been manufacturing. We really didn't shut down all the way through COVID. We were operating all the way through. Die cast is going to have a bright and shiny, or die struck can have a bright and shiny as well as an antique with enamel or a cloisonné color fill. So it's just a little bit of a higher quality product, but again, that's going to cost you more. So it just depends on really what are the expectations that the customer is looking for. So those are the most important things when you're thinking about, you know, custom metals. You know, is it going to be bright, shiny, color fill, not color fill, and the size? And if you have any questions, you can join the chat room after. And I can also send you an information sheet that you can share with your customer. Now, when it's coming to lapel pins, it's almost the same thing. You know, we can manufacture lapel pins within 3 days domestically, or I can bring them in from China offshore, where they would be die struck or die cast. I do have helpful tools that show, I don't know how well that shows up, but that is going to be our logo, where it's made 6 different ways. And I have sample cards that if you email me, I can send you out a sample card where that's going to be a helpful tool for you to discuss with your customer the difference between a die struck or a die cast cloisonné color fill, soft enamel color fill, or a printed or an etched. So again, there's good, better, best. What kind of quality and what is the customer looking for, and what's the expectations that they have. And again, I have questionnaires and tools that we can send you to help you be more efficient when you have customers coming into your shop or asking you questions online. Those are the 2 primary products that we offer. We also manufacture keys to the city, as well as bottle openers. And a key to the city can be the same thing, spin cast or die cast. It can have enamel color fill. It can be 2D or 3D. It can be one-sided or two-sided. Again, there's a lot of customization that we can do on the sizes. We make them as small as 3-inch. We've made them as large, a key to the city, to 9 inches. So again, you can consult with us on the sizes and pricing when you get to that point. Another product that we have is bottle openers, and we do a ton of custom bottle openers that we can do almost in any shape. Again, this is a golf bag tag that we've UV printed on, custom shape. This is a custom bottle opener shaped like guitar. We have keychain bottle openers that we can do. We have a product called Pop To Now, which I actually have patented, that has a gap on the front that slides over a pop tab, and it opens the bottle very quickly and efficiently, and it opens beers as well. So we offer the Pop To Now bottle openers as well. So we have a lot of options for you when it comes to bottle openers. One of the other products that we've recently moved into is custom acrylics. Now, these are more on the economy side, and we have every state shape and in 3 different sizes, a 6-inch, an 8-inch, and a 10-inch. And we have 10 stock sizes, you know, items maybe like a house. It's kind of hard to see with the screen, but you know, it can be shaped like a house, and each one of these come with a base. We have a track shoe, a lamp of knowledge, a couple different stars, and all of those come with a base. They can be UV printed or they can be lasered. And again, they come with a base. And again, these are a economy line for a acrylic award, 3/8 inch thick. So when you have that customer that's looking for a entry level or something where they don't want to spend a lot of money, this may be a good solution compared to, I know Pacesetters offers a high-end, very good quality product. And again, think of your good, better, best. These entry level would be a good item. And I'd be happy to talk to you offline or in the chat room about any one of these products. And if you need any tools, feel free to give me a call. I can email you questionnaires that you can share with your customer for, again, the most important questions: the event, the size of the metal or lapel pin, you know, the delivery date, you know, what's the finish, the color fill, all the questions that you have when it comes to customization, we can put together for you in a very quick form to help you out for a sales tool. And anything else that you need, again, we'll be in the chat room, or you can reach me offline, vince@cataniainc.com, or our 800 number, 800-633-2586. And again, thank you very much for calling. Any questions, please let us know. And with that, I'll send it back to you, Liz.
All right, thank you, Vince. That was terrific. Now we're going to hand it over to Pacesetter Awards, and our presenters today are Sam Reed and Cale Wallner.
How's it going, everybody? First of all, I've got to apologize if you hear any background noise. I have a gentleman here working on my bathroom floor, so I do apologize if there's any background noise, but I'll get this going here. There we go. Can everybody see the slideshow okay? Perfect. So just a little quick intro about us. We are Pacesetter Awards, and on our blank side, we are Pace Blanks, which is a great dealer website for all of you, which we have all of our pricing online. We have all of our art requirements on there. We have templates. We have everything on the Pace Blanks website that you would need to sell any of our blank items or imprint on them. Just a great tool right there. It's amazing because just the regular Joe Schmoes of the world can't get into this website. You do have to create a login, which we do quickly approve everybody if you do, but definitely a website to keep in mind, Pace Blanks, to get on there. Just to have all of those tools. We have marketing on there. Like I said, we have templates, high-res images, anything you could possibly need. That's where you can find us. And then all of our contact information, email address there as well. And you can see, I do like to show off our accolades. We are more recognized in the PPI ASI industry as one of the best places to work, top rated supplier in the industry a few times. So it's just some nice accolades that we've been recognized with. So just a quick introduction to myself and Cale. My name is Sam Reed. I'm our National Sales Manager at Pacesetter. This is my 6th year now in the industry, and at Pacesetter, I'm 3rd generation of my family in this industry. And we also have Cale Wallner, who we recently brought on to handle the Southeast regional territory for us, and including California. So quite a bit of ground there for him to cover. But again, both of our contact information is there. If there's anything, any questions, any needs, feel free to reach out to either one of us, and we'll get you squared away and settled up with a solution. So a couple key things about us on the blank side. Number one, our catalog is an amazing tool, especially for you guys. If somebody comes in your showroom, our catalog's a great tool because not only do we have glass, we have crystal, acrylic, lucite, plaques, gifts. And again, even if it's not something you're getting from us, it gives them a good starting point to go through and gauge what kind of recognition piece they want for their program, whether it's a customer coming in saying, hey, I have no idea what I want. I don't know what substrate I want. I don't know anything. Our catalog is a great starting point for that. Just due to the fact that we do have several different substrates and give them a lot of different options at completely different budgets, from $10 all the way up to $500, $600, $700, and everything in between. So a great starting point to get that conversation rolling with your client. The second thing is that we love to get our product on your website. So anything we could do to help you with that, like I said, we have high-res images available of all of our items. We love to get our pieces on your site just as a nice little tool to give some different options so the client can see those. Again, all of our acrylics are made in the USA, so that's a lot of clients are passionate about that. So adding our product category to your website could be extremely profitable and give some nice new options to your clients as well. And like I said, we'll handle all the background for you, give you everything you need for this to get you guys set up to get that up on your site. And then showroom samples. I know those are big for everybody. Hopefully the showrooms start to open back up and people are starting to get back to normal. And we do offer 75% off of list EQP for showroom samples. So again, we have a huge sample area in our factory. You go through our catalog, go through the blank site. If there's anything you see, you're like, wow, this is a beautiful piece, feel free to send myself or Kayla an email and we'll get you squared away with those samples. Again, it's always nice to touch and feel and see that in the showroom. And again, anything that you see on our site, whether it's stock, if you want some custom pieces for your showroom as well, don't hesitate, let us know, we'll get you taken care of for that. And then just kind of how our pricing breaks down. So we have our standard blanks, which we do have on paceblanks.com. We have our 5-day blanks, which we're manufacturing all of our blanks to order. So again, you're only looking at a 5-day lead time. And then we do have, if you do want us to do the imprinting for you, we do offer 50% off a list price. That way, like I know most of you are probably set up to do imprinting completely in-house, but if there are, I know everybody's busy right now. So if there's an opportunity that you don't want to let go, feel free to contact us and we'll handle that imprinting for you. We'll handle everything and take a little bit off of your plate as well. That's what we're all about here at Pacesetter, is making the whole process extremely easy. I was telling Liz before this started, I mainly deal in the ASI PPI market, but that's our thing. We want to make everything as seamless and as easy as possible. So that starts with the conversations with you guys, and we're here to help and support any of you. And we do have over 150 of our pieces available in the Marco warehouses. We encourage you to order from either us or Marco. Again, they have warehouses all across the country, whereas we're Chicago based. So if there's a closer warehouse to you, they have inventory, feel free to reach out to them. However, if you like one of our pieces, for example, but it only comes in 6 and 8 inches and your client is adamant on having a 10-inch award, we can customize that stock piece for you and make that additional size. So definitely reach out. We have a lot of different options. Again, if quantity is not there at Marco, feel free to email myself, Kale, and we'll get those all squared away for you. So just a couple little fun notes about us for those who aren't familiar. We are a family-owned business. We've been in the awards industry for over 70 years. We do have one of the most full line of awards in the industry with all of our stock capabilities as far as crystal, glass, acrylic, wood, plaques, metal, and everything in between. So with us and plus our custom capabilities, we are able to offer a full extensive line of recognition that extends from, like I said, a low-end acrylic paperweight all the way up to a high-end expensive crystal piece. We are USA-based, so we are based in Chicago. So I know, again, some buyers are very passionate about having a USA-made product. Again, we're making all of our acrylics in-house and 90% of our custom in-house as well. So if you have any clients that are looking for made in USA product, we have a ton of it. And like I said, we have over 120 employees that are here and ready to help. So if there's an opportunity, like I said, everybody's busy right now, so that nobody wants to let an opportunity go. So feel free to partner with us and we'll help you guys turn these projects around. If there's something that you don't have the capability for, the capacity for, feel free. We'll definitely help you guys out, work with you, and get you some solutions. So I just always like to throw a little breakdown of all of our materials and imprint processes. So again, like I said, you can see we have your standard crystal, glass, acrylic, lucite, plaques, metals, aluminum, gifts, resin, leatherette, pretty much every single category you can get across the board. And then our imprint processes, we do a ton of sandblasting. We obviously do a lot of lasering on our acrylics. We do screen printing where we can PMS color match. So if you see one of our blank clear acrylics and you say, hey, I would love for this to be for Home Depot, for example, I'd love for this to be their PMS orange. We could absolutely PMS match that so that we have that PMS screen orange on there. If you're even getting those blank, you can laser through that PMS to get that to your client. Then I just love to give a little product breakdown. So we are truly just about split half and half with as far as acrylic and glass, crystal and glass, and then acrylic and lucite. That does split up pretty evenly, about 50-50 of our categories. Then we made a big transition into PPE. So safety barriers were our largest growing category ever, as I'm sure you can imagine. So we got into last March, obviously not a lot of award ceremonies and recognition events were happening. So we had to really make a turn. And one of our VPs, who you probably know, Jim O'Neill, was at one of the local grocery stores and saw an acrylic barrier up at the register and thought, well, if we're not cutting awards out, we could definitely cut barriers. So we started with actually just 3 designs, and now we have over 70 that anywhere from an individual student desk to a conference room table. If you need to break up an entire conference room table to seat 8 people safely, we have that and everything in between. Nice thing is that we're manufacturing them in-house. So inventory is not an issue. We have plenty of acrylic and we're ready to go. So any kind of barrier projects you have, definitely feel free to reach out. Couple new products that we had that also fall in this PPE category are our perch, which I'll show you next. It's a great, nice little PPE tool. And then our touchless tools, which you see all the time, so you could use them to punch your pin into the ATM or open a door. We made those out of acrylic as well. And then we had a ton of safety signage. So just essentially acrylic plaques that we would put the wash hands, social distancing, mask required type text on, just to kind of reinforce those safety aspects at different organizations. So like I said, our perch, this is very popular. So you can see it's a small acrylic piece that adheres to your desk, your computer, your car. We could do custom shapes, different sizes. These are amazing. I got one on my desk right now at the office. So when you're sitting down, you can hang your mask up. If you're in your car, going beyond mask, which we're hopefully getting there, you can put your keys on there, lanyard, your reading glasses. You can hang pretty much anything on there, and this does extend beyond just mask. Plus, if you have any clients that are looking to do a mail campaign, this is a great piece because, again, it's extremely thin and extremely mailable. So feel free. This is a great product. Reach out. We'll do the custom designs for you. Just an amazing product that we've seen a lot of success of in the past year. Then getting into some of our barriers. So like I said, we do have quite a variety of barriers, just a few examples up here. You can see on the left, the student barriers. So again, that's more individualized. Our partition barriers, which like I was saying, would break up a desk to make it into multiple seating areas. So you can see here in the middle, we take a square table and divide it up into 4 different safe seating areas as well. And then our counter barriers, which again, if you have a big reception desk, we have different solutions that you could connect different pieces to basically build your own barrier. And like you see there, they're all made in the USA. We're producing up to 3,000. We're getting right back up to that number now with the demand coming back. And our designs are well thought out. You can see that with those with the interlocking legs, if somebody wants to move the barriers, the legs aren't going to fall off. They're extremely portable. And the anti-skid feet make it safe for kids so they're not falling off the desk and hitting somebody. Then I just wanted to share a couple of our most popular designs. So on the far left there, we got one of our designs that's just the one panel with the interlocking legs, extremely portable, but that's been very popular for car dealerships, schools, for teachers at their desk. And the middle version, the cardboard version there, has been far and beyond our most popular. So that's our SG3095, one of our most popular pieces that is cardboard. So it does give the kids the ability, which you could see on there, to draw on, to put stickers, to interact with, to make them not as much of a barrier as it is a part of their learning environment now. So incorporating that, having fun with it, adding some stickers, and putting their name on there. And plus with the handle, it's very portable. So instead of outfitting every single classroom in the school, all you have to do is get one for every student. So like, for example, my daughter, she could take it from her homeroom to music. She could take it to STEM. She could take it to art. So it's a nice, lightweight, portable barrier that the kids, again, you outfit one per kid. You don't have to do every single classroom. And then on the right, just a slightly higher end version. It's all acrylic. It's got the hinges on there. Again, it's pretty lightweight and portable. So it's going to be very easy for the kids. And then getting into some of our crystal and glass exclusives. So just I'd like to give a quick overview of a lot of things we have. One of my favorites is the piece in the lower left-hand corner with the subsurface stars. Just a nice one of our stock pieces. We do bring those in, we import them ourselves. We do a full color imprint on there. We also have an option to adhere a plate on there as well. Just a great piece. You can see the 4 in the middle with the black, blue, green, and red. Those are another one of my favorites. The gems come unassembled. So just a great piece. You could also do the full color imprint on there. One of our top new pieces is the MGH, which you'll see on the middle right-hand side with that white base. One of our far and beyond one of our most popular glass pieces that we launched this year. People love it because you could do the full color imprint on there or the sandblast. So that's one of the things we like, is that you could either do a full color imprint or a sandblast on a majority of our pieces. We like to have that flexibility and give you guys the ability to get your customer exactly what they want. And then some of our acrylics. So one of our most popular launches here, and it's a little small, I wish the image was bigger, is that stackable on the top row. So a brand new piece that we just launched, again, completely made in the USA, great for years of service. I'll tell you right now, we did a ton of those for employees working from home, where what we would do is the companies would pick a theme of the month, whether it's teamwork, encouragement, and then they would send out bars to all their working from home employees with the teamwork text. And they would have a little powwow at the end of each week and focus on that theme that they sent the bars out. So it's a nice little interactive award that people are going to stack and interact with. And then number 2, it gets them involved. It gets people incorporated. Plus, for a years of service type item, you could easily keep this same piece for up to 25, 50. You could just keep stacking it forever. So a great piece, again, completely made in the USA as well. Another popular one is our Illuminated Base. So again, we're making those tops, the acrylic tops, completely made to order. So we have 5 or 6 stock shapes, but if you wanted a car, for example, a custom truck shape, no problem. We can quote that up for you easy. And again, that lights up about 20 different colors, I want to say. So it's a great lighted base. It's fun for the kids, for schools. And then again, if you guys are ordering them blank, all it is a simple laser imprint on there, and that it really illuminates it the laser very, very well throughout the whole award. Another nice one is our pinstripes there. So it's got the little pinstripe theme. And then our years of service cutouts. So our 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 year cutouts. Amazing pieces, easy for years of service, just an easy sell. They do come with that black imprint on there. So all that has to be done by you guys, if you're getting them blank, is just laser through the black and the text is on there. Then a few more. One of my favorites here is this little puzzle. So we launched that last year, and it's actually really taken off. Again, it comes as the front and back components is one, and in the middle you could buy as many of, so you can keep that puzzle going forever. Again, we've seen people use these for outside years of service for, especially in the tech industry, where people are putting different projects or different things they collaborated with on there, and sending those out. And then just a couple of our others. That golf award's nice right there, because you can see there's no text imprint. So if you're ordering those blank, that's actually the default imprint that comes with the golf award. So we could just simply laser your text right through, and it's going to look beautiful and still have that nice imprint on there as well. So again, if you're working with any golf courses, for example, and they have a beautiful signature hole, feel free to reach out and we can get a program going where we could do an imprint, full color imprint of that signature hole on there. And then let's say if they need them for outings or a hole-in-one, whatever the need may be, then you guys simply have to just laser through that image, and boom, you got a beautiful, perfect, personalized award to their destination. Then just a little sneak peek for some new items that are coming out. Again, these are all acrylic, completely made in-house. Great case study with that, the little art glass looking piece there, is we launched these actually due to the Special Olympics. So we had a distributor partner of ours that was working with the Special Olympics, and they were doing a high-end art glass award for their main sponsors. And what we did was, not all the athletes could lift that heavy art glass award, so they wanted something that was more encapsulating of the audience. So we designed this acrylic art glass looking award so that everybody could receive the same looking award, and everything would look the same in photos without having to help them or do anything. So it's just a nice inclusive piece, great story behind it. And then just a couple of our others, like on the standoffs there on the right, just a couple of nice, beautiful pieces, again, completely made in-house as well. So one of my favorites is our Infusion. I'm going to try to get this video going. Oh, here we go. So our infusion is an exclusive process for us. Think of it as an embedment, but we kind of cheated at it to get that front, middle, and back imprint on there because we don't pour our own acrylic. So this is a fantastic process to really get a high-end award with a lot of dimension in there as well. So again, we do multiple imprints to give that floating illusion inside the piece. And actually, this is going to be our special offer. So for everybody joining our breakout room, we're going to be sending a free sample of our Infusion Awards. So definitely come by. We'll get you set up with one of these infusions. Again, this is a showroom piece. This is something that people are going to come look at and try to figure out by looking at it. And with that, it's going to gauge some interest and attention, and at least be a conversation starter. So one of our most popular things, we do a ton. We did a really cool one for a space satellite launch, where we did an actual imprint of the satellite floating inside of like a space background. So it was really cool. A lot of different unique uses for this as well. And again, like I said, if you join our breakout room after this, we will be providing free samples of our infusions as well. All right, then last but not least, our custom. So like I said in the beginning, we try to make everything as easy as possible for you. And that starts from our design, from us taking care of all the background work for you. So if you reach out for a custom shape, custom size, anything, we'll take care of those designs for you free. We do have 5 in-house designers that are solely focused on custom virtuals, who are just doing different concepts all day long. And really, they look extremely beautiful. So you can kind of see here, here's a few examples of our of different pieces. We got just a nice basic acrylic cutout there with the Walgreens incorporating their logo. Nice example showing some aluminum there with acrylic as for the Children's Hospital piece. Again, water jet cut aluminum, no problem for us, making that completely in-house. And then the Siemens piece. So we do outsource our coins overseas. However, every day we're doing projects for distributors who come to us that already have their coins. So we're just looking for essentially a display for them. We just did one for Siemens here, where they had 5 different areas of training. And every time they completed that area of training, they received their coin for their base. So just a nice, cool, unique product. We love to make you guys look amazing. Our designers are great. Our goal is to give you guys the tools you need to show your customer that's really going to wow them. And really, like, the only key aspects we need to get the design going is the quantity, enhanced date, and budget. And beyond that, our designers will take the rest and run. I mean, if you want to provide us their website to get some of their themes, some of their what's passionate to them, we could absolutely incorporate that as well. But again, just the bare bones information would be just the quantity, enhanced date, and budget, and we'll take care of the rest. So just to show a couple examples of our different rendering types. So we do start at just a basic sketch. So we'll lay out the design for you and just show you kind of a 2D model of it. Then we also do a full virtual rendering, which you can see in the middle there looks just like a photo if you took it of the award. And then we'll also do a 3D CAD drawing. So you can see on here, they wanted to see the imprint on the back of the base. So we can get really creative and show you pretty much the full 360 view of the piece without it even being produced. And because I know everybody needs everything yesterday now. So again, our virtuals have been really taking the place of really doing any pre-pros because they're so lifelike and look like photorealistic. There's just a few more examples of some just custom projects we've worked on. Nice little fire hydrant cutout, freestanding piece there. Trucks, it was actually truck week a few weeks ago, and we had an influx of truck quotes come through with custom cutouts for trucks, different driver safety type awards. And then states, so like you can see, we got Wisconsin right there. That was just a custom project we did. Home Depot, love to show that one because it's got the little apron cut out under the loop, so a little bit more dimension in there. Again, Bluebird Home Care, we got the angle on the base, just adding a little value there, spiking it up a little bit, giving them a little different of a look. And then the Home Instead was a beautiful, beautiful piece we did, which had an acrylic backer, which is that vertical piece you see, and then an actual water jet cut leaf, and then an aluminum base. So this was a very significant heavy piece that was absolutely beautiful, and the client loved it. Then just a couple other custom pieces here. So we do have a CNC machine. So that chase piece you see in the middle there, that's just all routing by our diamond engraver, our CNC machine. So you can see that we can get a bunch of different graphics in there, give it a few different patterns, really make it look unique. And then one of my favorites is this plaque right there, just because of the dimension. You can see it's got that red screen underneath the black cutout. Just, again, giving some dimension, adding some value to your client. Just a couple beautiful pieces. And then the flame, just a couple of cutouts all merged together, really incorporating their theme of the flame into the piece. Again, just our artists are extremely talented and would love the opportunity to make you look amazing to your clients. And then last but not least, our Easy Perpetual program. So I know perpetual plaques are something you guys probably sell most days, but our Easy Perpetual program makes it so you don't have to come back and do one plate for this customer this month. Next week, another customer is coming for a plate. So we sell it as a package. So when you buy our perpetual plaques, it's a one price solution, including freight. So you don't even pay a shipping charge, it's all included. And whenever your client needs a new plate, there's a little sticker on the back that takes them to our blind website that has none of our information, easyperpetual.com. They type in their code on the plaque, type in their winner's name, hit submit, and we mail the plate right out to them. So it eliminates all the work of putting an order through for one plate, gets rid of all that. It's just a nice one price solution. Like I said, again, no setup fee, no other fees, no shipping fee, anything. So it's a nice, simple one price solution. And that is it.
All right. Thank you very much, Sam. And now we're going to hand it over to Amy Dahlman with Epilogue. Amy?
Hi guys, thanks for joining us today. As Liz mentioned, my name is Amy Dahlman. I work with Epilogue Laser. Today we're going to be talking about the Fusion Edge 12. That's the well, it's the first laser in the new Fusion Edge series that we launched at the end of last year. You'll see that our on-screen talent today is Bob Henry. You guys might recognize him from various trade shows and expos, but I will go ahead and share my screen and let Bob take it away. He could not, unfortunately, join us for the live Q&A, but I will be there to answer any questions you might have. So let's get started.
Hi, I'm Bob Henry, Product Manager at Epilogue Laser. With over 30 years of laser system design and manufacturing experience, and building on our success with the state-of-the-art Fusion Pro laser, we're really excited to introduce the new laser system, the Fusion Edge. Today we'll be demonstrating the new Edge machine along with our updated Epilogue job management software suite. In 2019, we introduced the Fusion Pro, our top-of-the-line, large format laser cutting and engraving system. With the new Fusion Edge machine, we've integrated the same modern camera system, high-speed engraving, touchscreen display control, and delivered it in a compact and affordable package. Laser engraving and cutting technology is an invaluable tool for manufacturers, designers, engineers, creatives, students, just about anyone who needs marking, cutting, and engraving capabilities. We're continuing to deliver advanced features and functionality while improving accessibility by making this incredibly versatile equipment easier to use. Today we're going to feature the new Fusion Edge 12, CO2, and fiber-based laser systems. We're going to emphasize engraving speeds up to 120 inches per second, our iris camera positioning system, laser touchscreen display, the safeguard features of the Fusion machines, and of course we'll be doing some engraving and cutting along the way. Thanks for joining us today. With that, let's get started. Before we start processing some materials in the Fusion Edge machine, let's talk a little bit about the availability of lasers and sizes. With the Fusion Edge 12 machine, it has a 24-inch by 12-inch work area, offered with 30, 40, 50, or 60-watt laser tubes. We also offer the Edge 12 machine with a 30-watt fiber laser for metal marking and engineered plastic marking applications. Let's take a quick tour inside the machine before we start some material processing. The front door of the machine is tempered glass, safety interlocked like all Epilogue lasers to ensure safe operation. The first thing you'll notice is the ferromagnetic integrated vector grid. Of course, this is magnetized. If you're working with material that has a slight warp to it, it's really nice to just use magnets and drop them on the material. That'll keep the material nice and flat for engraving and cutting applications. Let's take a few minutes and talk about the control panel on the Fusion Edge machine. You'll notice that it's a 7-inch touchscreen display. At the bottom, we've got the start button. This is how you start a job. If you wanted to pause it midway through, you could press that button as well. Here's the joystick that controls the movement of the gantry and also the focus. Here you'll see we have the up and down arrow. This is our focus button. If we press that, and then we can lower and raise the table as we need to. If we wanted to perform a autofocus function here, we could do that through this control panel by pressing the autofocus button. The next button is simply the red dot pointer. This is just a simple toggle on and off. This is a really handy tool for previewing work or locating a relocatable home position if you're using center engraving type of applications. And then the last button on the control panel is the joystick. So we press that. This gives us the ability then to move the gantry wherever we want over the entire workspace. We have the ability to do autofocus here as well. This is a really neat feature here. I'm going to show this to you. This is called our trace feature. If we pick a particular job and then press the trace feature on the control panel, it's going to trace all around where our particular job is going to go. This is handy just to make sure that if you've got an odd shaped item, that where the graphic is going to go is in the space that you intend it to. Again, this is just a simple toggle. You can move this around, let this run, and then place your object under that, and then simply turn it off when you're done. At the top of the control panel, you notice that we have some functions here. This stack is our jobs list. This allows you to select the job that you want to run. So by simply pressing on it and highlighting it, that job will be selected and you can run that. If you wanted more detail about the information on that job, you can press and hold. It gives you a little thumbnail sketch of what the graphic is going to look like. It also gives you information on speed, power, and the resolution that we're going to run on that job. Really handy feature for verifying that you're running the right job and that you've selected the correct speed and power combination. I'll go back to the jobs list here. I'm going to open up a different job. If I wanted to save this job in the laser, so if I come back to it in a couple days, want to rerun it, and I don't want to have to print it from the software, I can press the save button. By doing so, I've saved that job in the laser itself. So I turn the laser off and come back the next day and turn it back on. That job will auto-populate in the control panel. In the settings tab, this is where we set up a new machine. So when you get a new Epilogue Edge machine, you'll want to go through these setup steps. The first one is, what language do you want to run? If we program through, it prompts you to set up your exhaust. The next step is really pretty neat. We include with each machine some anodized aluminum. It allows you to program a job into the machine. You'll see this is our Epilogue demo that comes with a machine. Place your anodized aluminum on the bed of the laser and the machine will run it automatically for you. If we go back into the setup function, just to make sure that everything is complete, here we select whether we're going to run USB or Ethernet or wireless connection. Select one of those. Here's instructions for you to install the software suite on your computer. Information about how to save a job. You'll notice this little save icon. You can save a job at the control panel in the jobs list by just pressing that button. And then finally, congratulations, you're all set up. We're going to spend a few minutes now talking about the Epilogue software suite. You'll notice on screen here that we've got some graphics loaded in. We're going to push this through to the Epilogue software suite. So when you click on print, you get this dialog box, and here you just simply click on print, and that will send this job over to the software suite. You'll notice that we've got our image that we processed through CorelDRAW. You'll also notice that we've got the camera view. We're looking at down on the table where we've got 4 coasters set up. You'll also notice that we've got this area here. This is the engravable area. This area comes through to the software suite, the same page size that you sent over through CorelDRAW or similar software. To make sure that we can engrave in the space that we need to, we just simply click on that border and then we drag that engravable area over, and now we have a clean area where we can do the engraving on these coasters. So again, you notice that we've got a good camera view looking down on the bed of the laser. You see our graphics sitting here. We sent this graphic over as one grouped item. So we'll need to separate these so then we can move those graphics around and place them on those coasters for engraving. So to do that, you just simply click on the object and then click over here, which is the ungroup. And then we have the ability then to select each of these items and we can just move them around. One of the really nice features with the software suite is the ability to zoom in. This gives you a lot better scaling so you can place the artwork a little bit better. I'm going to grab this one here and move it over as well. You'll notice, of course, that the graphic is much too large to fit on that coaster. So in the software suite, we can reduce the size down to what we want. We also have the ability to rotate that graphic here as well, which is a great feature. You can rotate to a specific angle, or you can use this function over here and rotate to an exact angle. So we can select 90 degrees for that. You'll see that our graphic rotates around 90 degrees. So I'm going to zoom in on this and get this object placed nice and center on the coaster there. And then I'm going to zoom out again and grab the next object. I'm going to pull this over. And then again, zooming in with just the wheel on my mouse, I'm able to place that object. That looks a little bit large for that space, so I'm going to shrink this one down a little bit and then move it to the center as well. I like to use those bounding boxes, the black boxes around the graphic, as a tool to help me center using the camera on the object to be engraved. And then we'll bring our bear over here. Same idea. We're going to scale this down and drop that in the middle. Maybe make that a little bit bigger so the bear takes up a little more space on our coaster. And that looks pretty good right there. So we're ready to engrave at this point. So you'll notice that we've got all of the graphic images that we sent over as one group. We've split those apart, and then we've moved those around, manipulated the location. In this case, we rotated the image as well. So now we're ready to engrave. Once we've sent the job to the laser system, you'll notice on the control panel that we have a number of jobs loaded up in here. The last job that we sent over is the forest animals job. You'll see that that's highlighted. If I wanted to run that job, of course I would want to highlight it, but if I want to do Epilogue demo or the security tags job, I would just simply click on it with the touchscreen display, and then I'm able to run that job. Before we do that, let's verify that we have the correct focus set up. So at the display panel, I'm going to use the joystick command, and I'm going to run the lens assembly over to the object that we're going to engrave on. And then at the display panel, I'm going to click on autofocus. You notice the table comes up. It engages a autofocus plunger built into the cone assembly. It goes through a lift process. The lens assembly is engaged, and the table comes back down to the correct focal distance for this job. I'll hit reset. And then back to our jobs list. Of course, I need to close the door in order for the laser to fire, so I'm going to close the door. And then once I've selected the job on the control panel, I click on the start button. Now recall that we set this up to engrave from the bottom to the top, so it always goes to the bottom object, and then it's going to engrave from the front of the machine to the back of the machine. Once the job's complete, we can open the door and inspect our engraving. You'll see that that camera does a really nice job of accurately locating those parts. Always good to be under camera center for the most accurate placement, but you can see we've got some really nice engraving into that wood. Epilogue Laser manufactures a variety of CO2-based laser systems. CO2 lasers are great for a lot of organic material like wood, glass, acrylics, textiles, cork, leather, rubber. They're not particularly great for direct metal marking and engraving, however. So for our customers that need metal marking capabilities or metal engraving capabilities, we offer fiber-based systems. Fiber lasers produce a different wavelength of light than CO2, and they're really good for direct metal engraving and marking applications, both in raster and in vector format applications. Fiber lasers are great for any type of metal. They're also great for engineered plastic material. Black marble engraves quite nicely with the fiber laser as well. For those direct metal engraving and marking jobs, it's a perfect wavelength of light. Epilogue offers a really affordable package on a fiber laser. We've got fiber lasers available at 30 or 50 watt levels and available in our Fusion Edge 12 and our Fusion Pro laser systems as well. Depending on the type of metals, you can achieve a variety of different types of marks with a fiber laser. Bare aluminum tends to give you a whitish color to a dark gray color. On a lot of steel and titanium materials, you can get a much wider variety of materials. The more common are a polished mark, which is kind of a whitish color. This produces really nice contrast for some materials that are a bit more reflective. And a annealed mark as well. This is more of a surface mark at the top of the metal, where we're changing the color of the surface material to a black mark. This is common in the medical device industry. They want a surface mark where they don't want engraving into the metal that could harbor bacteria. So an annealed mark, again, very common in the medical device industry. And then just general marking applications or engraving applications, we call it an etch type of mark, where we're removing a layer of material, providing some depth into the material for more permanence on a lot of materials, depending on the customer's applications and need. In terms of plastics, a CO2 laser will typically give you some depth into the material, and if it's a uniform one color plastic, you get sort of a tone-on-tone look. With a fiber laser, the wavelength created by the fiber laser will oftentimes give you a nice contrasting mark on the surface of the plastic. Epilogue laser fiber-based machines are an incredibly efficient way to do part marking on a variety of different shapes and sizes of material. Great for barcodes, serialization, graphic engraving into various materials as well. Thank you for joining us today. If you'd like to learn more about the Fusion Edge or any of the other Epilogue laser products, give us a call or look us up online at epiloglaser.com.
And that will do it for my portion. Hopefully you guys learned about this cool new system. We've since added 2 more lasers to the series. If you have any specific questions, I will be in the breakout chat afterwards, so feel free to drop them in there and I will throw it back to Liz.
Thank you, Amy, and thank you to all our presenters today. We really appreciate your time and sharing. We are now going to move into the breakout portion of the program. So I will go ahead and open up the breakouts. And as a reminder, you can join as many breakouts as you'd like. If you want to stay in one, you can do that, or you can move around. We will have a staff person in the main room here. So if you have any difficulties jumping to a breakout room, we're happy to assign you to a breakout room or place you in there. So I'll go ahead. There will be a little pop-up that will indicate if you want to join a breakout. So you'll just need to click on that. And I'll go ahead and do that. Thank you everyone for attending.